hear it.
I don't hear an eagle either.
There's another one.
I'm sad.
Oh, that's it?
That's the eagle?
Yes, it is. That's a daddy long
That's a daddy long leg, dude.
A daddy longlegs is not a spider. It's technically an insect.
It's a spider to me. A spider is an insect.
No, a spider is an arachnid.
These people.
Arachnids are part of the crustacean family.
Do not. Got to. My
But no, a daddy
Y'all
longlegs
stay.
is two
Stay.
front legs that they use to find their way around.
No way.
It's a spider. It has 8 legs.
Hey, you know.
No, the two front legs are sensors. They're kind of like antenna.
Hey,
Bye-bye.
Oh my god.
daddy long leg is the
Rabbit.
poisonous spider in the world, but it's too small to bite.
Yeah.
I knew that.
It's like grass and stuff.
Oh.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How's everybody doing today?
Pretty good. I'm excited.
Come on over. My name's Natalie, and we're going to go ahead and get started today.
Woo!
A few things I want to point out before I start talking about birds. That's why we're here. And that's just a friendly reminder that we do share this campus with a lot of different wildlife. Keep your eyes out for things like fire ants and snakes that do share this campus. I don't think we'll come in contact with any of them today. Just watch where you step at all times. I don't want anybody standing in a fire ant mound. I'm glad everybody's checking their feet now. Perfect. Before we get started meeting some of our birds that we have here today, I just want to talk a little bit about what we do and why we do it. Here at the center, we're a private nonprofit, and what we do is we use birds to identify and address environmental issues. We can actually do that in a couple of different ways. The first way is how we got started. We were founded in 1991 as a medical facility first, taking care of sick and injured birds of prey. Who wants to take a guess how many birds we saw that first year?
A lot.
How many is a lot?
Thousands?
5 million. Okay, let's be a little bit more realistic.
5,000?
5,000? What else? 6 million. We're in the millions.
12,000.
12,000. All great guesses. What if I told you, though, that first year we saw 8 birds into our medical facility? It was a pretty small operation back then. Our executive director actually founded this right out of his home. And I like to say I think the low number has to do with the fact that people didn't quite realize we existed yet. They didn't know that if they found a bird that was sick or injured to give us a call. That being said, we have seen this increase every single year into our medical facility, and now we average about 700 birds every year. Now, that is a lot, and I can certainly say that I think more people we exist now, 25 years later, and maybe that's why we're seeing more birds, but there could also be another reason, and I can't just dismiss it. And that's, what if a bird has a greater chance of becoming sick or injured than they historically have? Can anybody tell me, raise their hand and tell me what causes an injury for a bird? What happens to them?
Fights?
They fall out of a tree. Certainly that happens every once in a while. Usually when that happens, it's young birds that fall out of their nest. But most birds know what trees are, right? They're not going to fall out of them. Trees don't move too much.
Glass windows.
Windows, collision injuries is the #1 reason why we see birds. Maybe they run into a window, maybe they run into a vehicle or a building or a guide wire for a tower. What else?
Animals like cats.
Animals like cats. Certainly, cats are the leading cause of mortality for songbirds. That being said, a lot of the birds we'll meet today, they're a little bit big to get taken down by a cat. Getting beat up, though, by another animal certainly could be an issue.
Fighting.
Fighting. Again, same deal there. Certainly we see a couple birds each year that have gotten into a scuffle with another animal or with their own species. That being said, the number is fairly few. Think about interactions between animals. Typically, it's a bigger predator going after a smaller prey. Does that prey need a hospital?
No.
Not usually. That prey just became a meal. So we don't see too many birds getting beat up. What else might cause an injury? You can raise their hand and tell me. Yeah.
Like a disform, like messed up.
So maybe it's certainly it has something disformed on its body. That could potentially be it.
Maybe like eating something not supposed to.
Poisoning and eating something that shouldn't. That's another big issue.
Like
Things
plastic.
Like ingesting plastic, fishing hooks, lead weights, lead pellets in carrion as well. We also see birds that have been shot. We see birds
Hunting.
that get tangled in trash that we leave out. There's a trend that we found, and that's that most of these injuries are caused by one single animal on the planet.
Humans.
Us. And this increase might mean that we're causing more problems today than we were 25 years ago. That could be the reason why we've seen an increase. And we learned very quickly what causes the problem, but also learned very quickly that just by fixing the bird and getting it back out into the wild, did we solve that problem?
No.
Absolutely not. And that's why every single one of the birds that you'll get to meet here today, that's why they are here. And they're here to be used as educators, to not only talk about cool adaptations they have and the unique features, but also we're going to talk about ways that we can change. I'm going to ask every single one of you here today to make a change in your life. Hopefully you're willing to do so. Hopefully I'm not going to ask anything too drastic. But hopefully we can lessen that chance of a bird coming into a medical center. That being said, before I go asking you to make a change, we should discuss why. Why should we care about a bird? You can tell me that. Yeah. I'll ask you a better question. Do you like birds? Not really. Well, you're one of the few people then. How many of you here today like birds?
I like ducks.
I do.
Birds are pretty likable. I certainly like birds. I like to eat
Chicken is
birds.
delicious.
He made a great
Oh,
point there.
geez.
He likes chicken. How many of you like chicken and turkey? Yeah, so
Turkey,
we
yeah,
like
chicken,
birds.
no.
Turducken.
One,
Turducken.
because a lot of us eat them. That's important. We also might like birds because they're brightly colored, or they sing songs, or they move around. And that can be interesting to watch. Now I want everybody to take a minute. Look at that, we've got some vultures up here.
Oh.
Think about how long
coming
it
for
takes
us.
for you to find a bird.
They think we food.
Not
A
very
second
long.
or two, right?
Not very.
They're not very hard to find. Hey guys, listen up. Birds are easy to spot. They're likable. They're found everywhere. You can find birds in downtown Charleston. You can find birds in the middle of the ocean, in the middle of a desert. And most importantly, birds can actually act as something for us. An indicator. I mentioned that at the beginning. What's an indicator? Who can tell me that?
Like a clue of something happening.
It's a clue. It's a alert that something is happening. And they can actually be an indicator for our environmental health because they're more sensitive to changes in the environment than we as people are. And that's probably one of the most important but also very selfish reasons why we chose birds and why we like them is because they can help us as people. Has anyone here heard of something called the canary in the coal mine analogy before?
No.
Yeah,
So you have. Can you explain it to me?
they would send a canary down in the coal mine to like see if it was like clear and okay to go down because they can like sense if it's like I forget like
Dangerous?
dangerous like the air levels are bad.
You got it. So you're onto it. So miners, they go down into coal mines. Coal mines are dangerous places. They want to get out of those mines safely every single day. That's their goal. That being said, they're constantly protecting themselves from danger. They're wearing hard hats.